Let us talk about assessments at university or tertiary. Hi, this is Educate Africa with Dr. Sanele Kamede. It's great to know that you are part of the Educate Africa family. So make sure that you tell others to subscribe. And thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get to it. This is what I call a mini series on students at tertiary. If you haven't watched the past few episodes, please go back to the podcast on YouTube. I think where you are, if you are on YouTube right now, and watch the previous episodes. So the reason I'm talking about assessments at tertiary is because it is time for assessments. I mean, the first few assessment, it could be the first submission for your assignment, or it could be the first test at university, especially if you are a first year. One thing that I would like to highlight is that assessments are not punishment. I know students do feel like assessments are a form of punishment. That's not true. Assessments are just a way of measuring your understanding. We want to see whether you are following, you are understanding the course, and you can critically engage with the course, and you can apply what you have learned in either the term or the semester or throughout the year. So I want you to chill and relax. No one is after you, and no one is here to punish you. It's not a form of punishment. So, who should write an assessment? At university or at tertiary, everyone is expected to write an assignment, or everyone is expected to write some form of assessment, whether it's a test, as I've indicated, or an assignment. It is important that you write these assessments. It is a way for you, for some institution, to be admitted for your exam. So some institution will have what we'll call a semester mark or a yearly mark, which will determine whether you are eligible to write an exam. So it is very important that you write an assessment. And how do you therefore prepare for it? You might be wondering. There's a formula that I normally share with learners, especially in high school. I normally say it's prior, proper preparation that prevents poor performance. The 6 P's. So write them down once again. It's prior, proper preparation that prevents poor performance. So I'm sure you are probably getting ready to submit that assignment, or you are getting ready to write that test. What I will encourage you to do is make sure that you prepare prior for the test, so that you prevent poor performance in the test. I will also want you to make sure that you prepare that assignment on time. So make sure that time management is your friend. Give yourself enough time to either study for the test or to write that exam, or sorry, that test, because we are talking about a test at the moment. It is very, very important that you give yourself enough time, because you can see during a test that someone didn't prepare for this test. Some, they will sweat. Some, they will want to ask to go to the bathroom from time to time. You can see. And for assignment, unfortunately, we can't see before that submission of that assignment. We normally see when we mark that you really didn't give yourself enough time to write this assignment. In many tertiary institutions, if not all, we use computers or we type assignments. So it is very important that it is typed properly, you proofread it, and you can even give it to a senior student to look at it, not to write for you, to look at it. And again, when it comes to writing for you, we know that there is AI, and you are more than welcome to use AI to brainstorm, to find ideas, to find resources, and all of that. But you are not allowed to use AI to write that assignment. It is very, very important. And it is also important that you reference, which I'm sure by now, as a first year student, you have had a lot of reference, reference, reference. Everyone is talking about referencing. So make sure that you figure out the referencing style for that tertiary institution that you are in and consistently use that referencing style. It is important that you acknowledge someone's work if you are going to use it. It's unethical and it's not acceptable to use someone's work and not reference them. In most cases, tests are written either in a form of multiple choice, one-word answers, sometimes in a form of short essays, or some institutions will give you maybe two assignment to write in a test. So there is no need for you to reference in most cases, but if it's an open book, sometimes they will require you to reference. Okay, so going back to the prior proper preparation that prevents poor performance. Now you can see why I have applied the 6 P's in preparation, because really you will need time. And then it is also important that when you are going for a test, you get some sleep. Make sure that you set your alarm. This might sound a little bit stupid because you probably have done this before, but trust me, I've had situations where someone will say, I overslept. Someone will say, my alarm didn't go, didn't wake me up. So it is very important, if you are at home, ask your relatives, your parents, or anyone who's around to wake you up at a certain time. Do set an alarm and do make sure that you are cognizant of time and public transport and traffic if you are traveling from home. If you are living on campus, of course, whether on campus or off campus, it's a little bit better. If you're off campus, there will be transport in most institutions that will be provided for you. It leaves on time and it is never late. In most cases, you are the one who's late. So make sure that you are not late. And if you leave on campus, I mean, just ask your neighbor to wake you up because for some, they stay alone. For some, they share. So if you are sharing, make sure that you ask your roommate to wake you up and you come to the test on time. Please, if you are writing a test, make sure that you know the venue before the test date. It is quite disturbing to have a student come to a test a little bit late. So it is disturbing to other students, and it's also going to disturb you because now you will be thinking, oh, I'm very late, I have to push, and you are not going to give yourself enough time to even think about the questions. Speaking of the questions, please make sure that you follow the instructions that are there. Your lecturers are not stupid. They have those instructions there for a reason. I know you have read test and exam instructions, so it sounds like a repetition, but trust me, it is very important. And read the question carefully. Sometimes in some tests, they do write even that statement. Read the questions carefully. Please make sure that you read so that you understand the question before you attempt it. And again, I will sound like I'm in high school. If a question is a little bit hard to understand, just leave it and come back to it. Make sure that you leave enough space for it and then come back a little bit later. I'm not going to talk about copying or cheating during a test. That is not acceptable. Anyway, so don't even think about it. Don't bring like notes. Don't create frustration for yourself. Make sure that you bring your watch. In some institution, the watch will be on the wall. But for test, we normally use the lecture halls. Some of the lecture halls do not have a watch on the wall. So please bring your own time, bring your own pen, and the pen must be working. The pen must be working. So bring a pen that is working so that you don't have a situation where you now have to borrow from someone else. This is test, but when it comes to assignment, we don't use pens. We use a laptop. We type. If you don't have a laptop, make sure that you use the university computers. If they do not have, make sure that you borrow from someone, which means you need to start your test on time, because if you are relying on, your assignment on time, because you are relying on someone's computer or laptop. So you need to give yourself enough time to type your work. And I'm sounding like I'm emphasizing tests here. I think it's the most important thing, because once you sit for the test, you have to write. And if you leave without finishing, that's a fail. It's different from an assignment. An assignment, you do have time. You can consult with your tutors. You can consult with your lecturers. You can, talk to your friends, your relatives. They can help you. You can go to the library. Sometimes libraries will have subject librarians. You can consult with them to help you with that assignment. That's why I sound like I'm talking a lot about your test, because that one can actually make you have a little bit of an anxiety. If you are disabled and you have a letter from your doctors that you have been using in high school, please make sure that you submit it to either your lecture or your disability unit or your department, so that you can get a concession. In some cases, disabled students, they are given a separate venue to write a test, and the disability unit will be responsible for that. So please make sure. But sweating is not a disability, and writing slowly is not a disability. So make sure that you have an approved by a doctor, a disability that has been approved by a doctor. Make sure that the institution is aware about that challenge, because that will be accommodated in most cases. So make sure that you communicate as early as you can. Even in classes, you can communicate so that the lecturer can accommodate you, because some disabled students will appreciate to be in the same class with everyone else. So there is quite a lot that is involved in during a test. There is, of course, a makeup test. Some they call it a sick test. If you can't make it because of clashes, if you can't make it because you are sick, and other valid emergencies, guys, I need to emphasize valid emergencies. You can't just hear from senior student that, hey, the test is in that module is normally difficult, and then you decide to bunk or abscond that test. It's very, very important that you adhere to the institution's policy. It's different, and how they deal with people who didn't write the test, it's different. So make sure that you communicate on time. Of course, if you are in ICU, you are not going to be able to communicate. And God forbid, when you come back, make sure that you communicate on time so that you can have your chance. In most cases, students, they will be quiet about such things, afraid to talk about them, and they will fail. And when you ask them what happened, or when you find out, when you put together the semester marks, you realize that the student didn't write maybe 1 or 2 tests. And when you ask, they will tell you a valid reason, and they didn't communicate in time. Sometimes it is too late. Some they do get a chance to have a special test to write. So it is very important that you communicate. I, for one, I teach communication and media. So communication is something that is very important for us, and we encourage students to communicate. Of course, we are not experts, and students, even in the communication and media department, they don't communicate as you would have expected. So it is very important that you communicate. You can include your guardians, your relatives in the educational process so that they can support you. Some, they will report when you are sick on your behalf. So it is very, very important. So I've spoken so much, and I think at this time, let me allow you to drop your comments below this video. Just share your experience. I'm sure there is someone who have written a test before at tertiary, either a senior student or a first year who have already written a test when they watch this episode. Make sure that you share so that others can actually learn. Share this advice to help others prepare for this test, prepare these assignments. There is quite a lot that I can speak about writing as assignment. The academic writing, I think it should be an episode on its own, because that one is a conversation on its own. And I'm sure your tutors and your lecturer and your writing place, if you do have an academic writing place in your institution, they are already having workshops, seminars, trainings for you to learn how to academically write. I want you to understand that you are not at high school anymore. So academic writing is very, very important at tertiary, and you need to show some improvement. Let me end with this. I want you to know, and I'm reminding you, you are going to succeed. And I want you to be engulfed with limiting beliefs. Sometimes at this time for assessments, the limiting beliefs, what people have said to you back in high school, back at home, back in your community, it starts to come back and you start to doubt yourself. So I really, really want you to forget or switch off those voices and focus. Again, assessments are not a punishment. No one is after you. No one is punishing you. Even if you were naughty during classes, we don't use assessments to punish you. If you fail, you fail, and the marking is very fair. There is a rubric. The assessments are checked by other colleagues before they are given to you in most cases. So it's a thorough process, and your lecturers are experienced. So it's not a matter of someone getting back to you. So on you, there is literally nothing like that. We definitely love you, and we want you to succeed. There is an element or there is that thinking from many students that we don't want them to pass. I mean, yes, sometimes the test might be a little bit difficult, but we don't want you to fail. That's not our intention. When we start the module with you, we want to see you through, and we want you to graduate. And soon, people will be graduating, and we'll be celebrating with many of them, because that's what we are looking for. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, it's possible because it's doable. The t-shirts are available. Make sure that you go to my shop at sanelegamede.com. On my website, the t-shirts are available. Get yours and take a picture and let me know where you are watching this episode. I love you, and tell a friend to tell a friend that Educate Africa with Dr. Sanele Gamede has an episode life.